Welcome back to the Silver Lining, where it's no filler, no fluff, but we keeps it a buck. And today we're gonna be doing part three of our dish track tier list. And once again, I'm gonna give the same disclaimer. We're not saying that these are the greatest dish tracks ever. We're just taking a lot of different dish tracks and we're putting them in a tier list. I'm also going to put a timestamp so you can pick the tracks you want to listen to. I'll put that in the description below. I'm also going to put the other parts of our diss track tier list also in the description below. All right, I got the crew with me. How's it going, fellas?
What's up?
What's going on, brother? How you
What
doing?
it do? I ain't got my hood on,
I'm
but
good,
we
man.
still good in the building.
All right, man. Let's get right to it, man. The first one we're gonna be talking about is "Big Mama" from Roxanne Shanté. This track has a lot of targets. I mean, she's just firing at multiple people. We're talking Queen Latifah, Mona Love, MC Light, Yo Yo, Salt and Pepper. And she's just firing at multiple targets on this song. Kurt, you really want to talk about this song, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with you first. Where do you put this track?
Um, First of all, bro, this list is crazy. Okay. But starting off with my girl, Big Mama, I'm gonna just go ahead and just get it out the way first. Go ahead and put that in S tier. You know what I'm saying? That is a S tier diss. When we talk about the criteria of what a diss is, now we're a little bit too young. That's like the generation right before us to actually know the true impact of it. But the legend behind this song, like, lets you know how impactful it really was. Um, if you don't know about this song, if you don't know who she is, go look her up. You know what I'm saying to those that's watching. But this is like this is like watching the listening to this is like watching the NBA when it was black and white. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the beginning of this. This is like that. This is one of those songs that came out, one of them early diss tracks, which set the tone for diss tracks. I mean, she dissing Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper, Yo Yo, and it ages well. Her flow actually ages well. I know a lot of the stuff she's saying might sound basic now. You know what I'm saying? Because like they done said it before. Everybody, we done heard billions of rappers. But at the time, what she was saying at that time, it was like it was like listening to a new Nas song or something. You know what I'm saying? Or a new Big song or a new Kendrick Lamar song. Like, she was saying things that women, especially women, like women wasn't even going this hard, bro. Like, women wasn't even like putting the belts to asses like this. She went in the booth, figured out some women that she did not like, and she put her belt to their ass and she made them call her the Big Mama, bro. Like, this is a S class a S class diss track, bro. You got S class bars, you got multiple targets, you got the impact, you have, and not only that, she actually spitting. Like, she's spitting. This ain't like no candy shop ass shit, bro. She is going hard. Like, she said something like strictly big names on the headlines, but above all of them, it read minds. Like, she was letting them know, like, bro, I've been doing this. Like, I've been a star. Like, when she told MC Light she needed some dick. You feel what I'm saying? She said, I don't dig the bull dagger. I don't dig it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she went at everybody. Like Queen Latifah kind of got it really bad. She kind of got it the worst. You know what I mean? And that's my girl. I love Queen Latifah with everything, but she got it bad too. So if you ask in my opinion, Big Mama belongs on the same tier as Ether, No Vaseline, and the rest of them S tier disses. S tier.
All right, Stan, I'll go to you.
I had never heard this song until recently. I know who Roxanne Shanté is. She's one of the pioneers of female rap, and I would probably give this song. I wouldn't put it in S tier, but I would put it in the A tier,
Okay.
the next one. I would put it there because it is nasty. And I didn't even realize she was going at all these females. I didn't know she even did. I don't know what MC Light or Queen what I don't know the background as to why she was dissing them or why she would go after MC Light. MC Light, in my opinion, like I like Queen Latifah, but MC Light and it's like MC Light and Lauryn Hill in terms of who
Okay.
I think are the two greatest female MCs of all time. It's like Lauryn Hill, MC Light, kind of neck and neck to me. So, but I thought it was dope. It was really, like I said, she was going at them. I didn't know she even cussed on her records until because I get the shit that I've heard of you before was just 80s, 80s general hip hop, rappers didn't cuss like that back then. And it was, but that shit was hard. That was hard. Because the first time I heard it was when Reggie sent me the list for it. First time I heard it, and so I would put it right up there because it was nasty. But like you said,
It was very nice.
everything about dish records that we talk about and the criterias and all that shit, it meets it. Identifying targets, no wishy-washy shit, not tiptoeing
Hmm.
around it, naming targets, making it clear that's who I'm talking about. Yeah, I put it right up there. It's one of the best female dish records you're gonna hear. And
It might
again,
be the best.
might be the best. It really did. It might be the best. I mean, a lot of people went goo goo gaga for Sheether a few years ago, which made no impact really. But that one's probably
Hmm.
one of the best ones I've heard. And like I said, I only listened to it a couple times. It's the best one of the best ones I've heard. And it was surprising because I didn't think Roxanne Shanté had that in her. I didn't really think that, you know. But definitely, if you ain't up on people like Roxanne Shante and MC Light and Queen Latifah and Money Love, you're not on those people. You need to get up on them. If you listening to these
Yep.
garbage female rappers today, you don't know how good they were back in the '80s. Nowadays,
Yep.
it's all about selling ass and titties now. So it's like get up
Yep.
on your history. Get up on the history. The OGs like us, we need to educate these young niggas about hip hop history.
Facts.
And And if we don't do it, nobody else will. It's our responsibility, the OG's responsibility, educate these young niggas on hip hop. So definitely, if you don't know these people, get up on it.
All right. So I agree with both of you guys. Like this is a phenomenal diss record. I mean, she's just letting loose on everybody. And like to me, MC Light got it the worst. To me, I know you said Queen Latifah, she bodied Queen Latifah, but MC Light got it the worst, man. He said you say you light as a rock, you get crushed like a pebble. One word, I'll bag her. Watch the bitch stagger, cause I don't dig the bull dagger. To
I
wish you
don't
deserve a
dig the
mic in your
bold
hand.
dagger.
Somebody tell her stop acting like a man. Like, god dang, man. Like she absolutely demolished them on this song. The thing I will say though, and now what Stan was saying as far as like what word is did this even came from, I really couldn't find anything either, but it sounds to me like she was just shaking the tree because Roxanne Sanchez, she's the queen of these diss records. Like she's really the originator of the diss record because the one of the first diss records was her when she dropped a track that's randomly dissing people. And that started the big wave of everybody dissing. And that's kind of where everything kind of got moving from. So I think it was just her just doing that again. Like I'm gonna shake the tree again. Um, I can't put it in the S tier because I don't think this song really and I think it is hard for us to judge impact, but I think a good way for me to judge impact is the fact that, like Stan just said, he never heard this song until I sent it to him. And it's that old. Like, even though because we're going to talk about Kool Moe Dee and LL in a little bit. We heard them records. We was 2 years old when that beef happened, and we'd already heard those songs. So those songs clearly made a dramatic impact. The fact that we hadn't heard these until recently, I heard this maybe a couple years ago, but still, that's still fairly recent. So this song just
Right.
did not have the impact to me of an S tier diss track. So I can't put it in the S tier. Absolutely A tier. I think it's absolutely an A tier diss track. That's where I would put it. I would put it in the A tier.
Yeah, that's why I
I'm,
put it.
I'm,
Absolutely.
I think it's A, but I mean, I think it's an S tier track, but I'm not mad at A. I'm not mad. It's not, you're not doing it a disservice by putting it in A. So I can agree
Okay.
to put it in A, but it is a vicious diss track though. vicious. This is that like if y'all if to anybody watching, if you never heard Big Mama, treat yourself to about 5 minutes of audio, man.
I second that. Here's some real females rapping.
All
Real
right, cool.
female. That's a real chick spitting, and she's
All
spitting,
right.
spitting too.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one here. We got Drake going back to back. We're going back to back. So this was a response to Meek Mill because Meek Mill had exposed the fact that Drake had some reference tracks from Quentin Miller. And Drake responded first with Charged Up, and then he went again with Back to Back. It was a pretty interesting moment because it's not typically what you would see. I mean, typically you diss somebody and you wait for the response. But in this respect, Drake was like, all right, you ain't respond, I'm gonna hit you again. It was a pretty new strategy, and it implemented this new clock thing, which I despise, where someone disses you and you have to respond back immediately, which I think is crazy. But this kind of was the start of that. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
start with Stan on this. So where are you putting back to back?
um, I was kind of going between A and B,
Hmm.
and I didn't know where to put it A and B, but I put it probably in the B section. Again, it's and when I remember first hearing it, and I was like, damn. And then again, it was one of those Drake wasn't known for doing those type of records and being that type of rapper. I mean, Drake
Right.
was Drake. He's a pop star. You know, he's
Yep.
one of the biggest rappers in the world, even at that time. Not knowing about his disc game, and I don't even remember where the whole shit with him and Meek started. Excuse me, I don't even know where that even started. I think Drake was just jealous because I think Drake was jealous because Meek was hitting Nicki at the time, and Drake wanted to hit Nicki too. But it was yeah, back to back was like the charged up was the start, and back to back finished it off. And Meek Mill hasn't been the same since. And shout out to those boss bitches, wife and niggas. That shit killed me. That shit killed me when they actually said that. But yeah, I put in the B tier. And like I said, Meek ain't been the same since. He ain't been the same since. Put in the B tier.
All right, so for me, people gonna trip. This is a good diss track, but I was never doing backflips off of this track. It was a good dish. Don't get me wrong, it's a great diss track. When he goes to that part, is it a world tour or your girl tour? This ain't what she met when she told you to open up more. Like that was a killer shot. So I do like this track, but man, people was acting like this was like one of the I've heard people say it's a top five diss track, and it is not a top five diss track. It's a very impactful diss track without question. It's one of
Absolutely
the
not.
more impactful diss tracks that we've seen, but it's not up there with like the giants of diss tracks. Like, it's a good diss track. But I think, in my opinion, it kind of falls in the same line as like, um, remember we talked about Dre Day. We was talking about how Dre Day is just a really, really good song. And it's a diss song, but it's a good song, so it's recognized as a good song as much as it is a diss track. Um, I think that over time, that's what's going to happen to Not Like Us. I mean, if Not Like Us was a good song, which is not. But I think the same thing is going to happen, where it's going to be viewed as like the song more than it's going to be a diss song, because it's just a bop. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of where I kind of look at this track. If I'm judging it just on like a diss track itself, I probably would put it in the C tier because I do like it. I think it's a good song. It's a good diss. But I just don't think it's like elite level rapping. Like, I think Duppy Freestyle is a better diss is without question one of the most impactful diss tracks ever. You have to acknowledge that. So I will agree with Stan. I would put it in the B tier. And I go to you, Kurt.
Um, for its time. Okay, it was a good diss. Okay, um, two big time rappers, him and Meek Mill going at each other. Um, Obviously, I think Nicki had something to do with that in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? Drake making all these songs, all these bars about Nicki and Meek actually said he was gonna get Nicki and got her. And then the Quentin Miller situation happened. It was just I just feel like that was just some petty shit for to even bring this song up. But the song itself, um I'm I'm gonna say C, man. I'm going to say I think it's a C class disc, especially when you if we go by the other songs that we have had that we have covered. Um, as a disc, we're not cutting as a song. It's an A tier song, okay? Like as an actual song, okay? It's a A. It's a whole bop. It's not just a bop. It's a whole bop, okay? But as a disc, um. Shout out my boss, bitches, wife and niggas. You know what I mean? He got some, yo, he cut him. He cut him. Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. You know what I'm saying? Is that a world tour, your girl tour? Bro, you getting bodied by a singing nigga. Bro, he said some shit. He said some shit. But to be fair, I'll put it in B. I'll give it a B. I just I think the fact that it was such a good song kind of like took away some of the impact because people were giving it respect and playing it for different reasons. Like when you listen to Ether, you listen and you know you're about to partake in somebody killing Jay-Z. But when you listen to back, you might want to dance with a chick. You see what I'm saying? You might want to, you know what I mean? Get active. You might want to work out the back. You know what I'm saying? Like do some sit-ups, some crunches. So as a song, A tier, but as a diss, C tier. So I guess we could put A plus C equals B. You know what I'm saying? So B tier.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll put it in B.
All right, I'll go ahead and pop that in the B tier. And now we have Meek Mill. I just want to know. Okay, this was the response to Back to Back. Meek Mill came back with this one. One of the things that I do want to mention here is that, like, again, I hated this whole thing that Drake brought in the battle of this whole clock thing, where somebody disses you, you got to respond back in a certain amount of time because it's like you spend all this time working on a diss track for me, and I got to respond back in 48 hours. I hated that, and I hate that it's been brought into battle rap. But it was an effective strategy, I have to admit. And I do think that Meek Mill felt the pressure. I think he felt the pressure, and I don't think he was ready to drop. And then he released this one. Now, I'm going to say this, though. I don't think this song is as bad as people say. I really don't. Now, I do not think it's good. Okay? I do not think it's good. But I think people hammered this song way too much when it came out. Man, what do you say? When that shit went down at Chris, you went and wrote a check. In New Orleans, you wore my chain just to get respect. I mean, that's a when you take a look at what Kendrick has said about him, looking back, that's a solid line. He's like, you wore my chain out there to get your respect, you know. So I think it's a solid line. And when he said that, I just want to know, that stuff, did it not make you laugh? It made me laugh. I thought it was funny. And he was like, if you ain't right that running through the six shit, tell us who the fuck Quentin was running through the six with. That was funny. So and then he played the reference track. Like I thought that was a decent diss, but outside, I think the song definitely lost complete steam after those two lines. So I don't think it's a good diss, but I don't think it's the absolute devastation trash the way people said it was when it came out. Obviously, it's not as good as Back to Back, but I don't think it's as bad as people say. I would put it in the D tier, and I'll go to Stan.
D tier is pretty much making it is that's pretty much where I'm at with it. That's making it lightly. I thought it was garbage when it came out. Thought it was I when I listened to it, I was like, This a TKO, and God bless Meek Mill for trying. For at least trying to swing back, but this wasn't it. This wasn't it.
It wasn't it.
This
It
wasn't it.
wasn't it.
And you're not gonna confuse this track with Ether or Takeover or No Vaseline. It just was what it was. He tried he tried to answer back, but it was over. It was again. It was a TKO. Drake knocked his ass out. He tried to get back up, and it just didn't work. And
It didn't.
he tried, but Meek Mill wasn't the same after back to back. It hasn't been the same since back to back. I mean, he's made some decent records. I like his Champions album, but that's about it. He was done from that Drake battle, and then the other stuff that's come out this year. I feel bad for Meek because I thought he was a decent rapper, man. I mean, I like him, but some of the stuff outside of his control is really just kind of hurt his career. The Drake stuff was the biggest thing. Going after Drake, and that's it. Just God bless him for trying. That's all I can say. But it's a D tier track. It's not impactful at all. And I had to listen to it again because I forgot about it. I just remember when I first heard. I remember when I heard it again. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this shit was garbage. D
Trash.
tier. Yeah, D tier. I don't have a whole lot. That's all I got.
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, bro. Can I be real with y'all? This is a F.
Go ahead.
This is F, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's F. Meek is a battle rapper. How do we first where did we first see Meek doing? How did he get discovered? Killing niggas. He was a battle rapper, not just a battle rapper, but a battle rapper from the streets of Philly. Bro, everybody know Philly has some of the most dangerous, potent, disrespectful. Like Philly is like Philly is like if you battled in Philly, you battled. If you was considered a dope ass battle rapper in Philly, you should be able to kill anything, bro. He should have been able to listen. Meek is a battle rapper. That is how we found Meek battling. And for you to be in the biggest battle of your career and give us this is what you gave us, Meek. It's F tier, bro. It's F tier, bro. He coming from like Nicki Minaj, we put her in F tier. Nicki came up on some street shit. You feel me? Like Shanté. Roxanne Shanté, she came up battling. So when you hear Big Mama, like that is what she do, yo. 50 Cent. 50 Cent most memorable songs is his battle songs. Eminem, he is a battle rapper. How did Eminem get found? Battling. So when Eminem battles, bro, you expect like he's going to kill you, bro. Eminem whole career, 80% of Eminem career is a battle rap, if you really listen to it. Like his whole career is a battle rap, bro. That's all he been doing is shitting on people, shitting on situations, shitting on the government. Like he is a battle rapper. So when you battle when you diss as a battle rapper, there is a certain level there's a certain standard. Like Quavo, he just responded to Chris Brown. Nobody cared about it. I'm gonna tell you why, because he's not a battle rapper. We knew it was garbage. We knew he couldn't do it. Throw it away. We're not even gonna cover that on this list, Reggie. We're not covering that, bro. Leave that shit alone. But but what I'm saying is he is a battle rapper. And that is one of the worst battle rap songs of his generation. F tier. Finito. He's a battle rapper that just went soft for no reason. No,
So you
That
didn't
shit
like
was
any of
in
them
his
lines
in
that I
his career.
said?
bro. Reggie, I've heard Meek Mill battle on the streets of Philly, bro. That was not him. That was not the same guy, bro. That was not the same guy, bro. No, no. This guy grew up battling against Reed Dollars and Cassidy and people like that, bro. Like this man was a whole battle rapper. If it wasn't for him getting a deal, he would be one of them niggas on Smack. He would be one of them niggas that's battling Hitman Holler next, bro. Like people forget
Okay.
that about me. He really is a battle rapper. And for him to give us that trash, F tier.
All right.
And you know
So
what
you
I
I'm
see
said
what
saying.
you're
D, right?
saying.
You know what I'm saying is right, Reggie. You know what I'm saying is right.
It is, but I mean, I think there was enough little lines in here that could push it to a D tier.
I mean, I'm not listen, if y'all you know how we do, y'all. If we both say it's 2-1, we go with the latter. But if we being honest, y'all, we disappointed. For him to be a battle rapper and to put that out, Jesus Christ.
I went now. I don't think.
All right. All right. Next on the list, we have Taylor Swift, Bad Blood. This was a diss track aimed at Katy Perry.
Yes, sir.
I couldn't really, I searched, I couldn't find much like concrete info about like what really started this and whatnot. Now I want to make sure I'm clear on something. I'm a Taylor Swift fan. I love Taylor Swift, but this
I'm
is
a
not
Swifty
on
too,
me.
y'all.
Curtis wanted to discuss this song. It never even would have came to me to put this on the diss track tier list. Curtis brought this up. Since you brought it up, I'm going to start with you. I'm gonna go with you, Kurt.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning, but I'm gonna take a drink for Taylor Swift. You feel what I'm saying? That my baby right there. You feel me? Yo, Taylor Swift is an amazing artist. I'm a Swifty. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my Swifties. I'm a Swifty. Um, this is a legit diss track. Is she rapping on it? No. But does it cover the criteria of a diss track? It covers all the criteria, bro. She has a target. She's going after the target. She got lines in there. Whereas though I know she's singing, but if you really listen to what she's saying, she is kind of like she throwing Katy Perry in the trash, bro. Like she is really putting her in the trash, bro. And at first, like I was saying, the first time I heard the song, I was just like, "Oh, it's a good song." But when somebody told me, like, bro, she dissing Katy Perry, bro, and I reheard it again, yo, it had a whole nother level of importance, bro. And then not only that, she put Kendrick. See, when you have a rapper, like a rapper can change the whole environment of a song. You can be singing for 5 minutes straight. As soon as we hear, yeah, hold up, and we know a nigga about the rap, it changes the whole. And then she got Kendrick Lamar to do it, right? And not only did she diss her and tear her ass up vocally, she tore her ass up vocally. She didn't rap it, she sung that shit to her, right? She went and shot the video and had every woman in their generation was in that video, bro. Every actress, every singer, every model. Yo, she had about 50 important women in that same age bracket. You see what I'm saying? Like, we all in this age bracket. They shot the video together to say, look, like, who is the only one not here, y'all? You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is she mastermind this just now. You know what I'm saying? And I really, I mean, I want to say thank you for representing the sport. Battle rap and dissing is a sport inside itself, bro. She represented the sport, bro. She put the gloves on. You feel what I'm saying? We used to have mad love, now we got bad blood. Like, bro, yo, this is Taylor Swift, like, and the thing I love about it, she was classy with it. You know what I'm saying? She was really classy. She really like, you know how we say separate the boys from the men? Like she really separated the ladies from the broads. You know what I'm saying? And then she shot the video, and then she put a rapper on it to change the intensity of it. So if you're asking me, bro, I know I'm about to get killed. I know I'm about to get Sam about to shoot me in the face, bro. But this is an S tier diss, bro. This is an S tier diss. If we go by the criteria, the impact of it, it's hard to say that it's not an S tier diss. A at the minimum. A at the minimum, bro. A at the minimum, bro. She covered the basics. She had an impact on it. She shot the video for it. Like she did, yo, she did everything that Easy E did with Compton City G. She did everything that Tupac did with Hit 'Em Up. It's just that she's singing. But she did the same exact thing. She covered the criteria of what a diss track is, bro. And she killed it. So I mean, okay, maybe I am jumping out the window saying S tier, okay, but this is at least an A. I put it in A. Shout out to my girl Taylor Swift. I will admit S tier is a bit much, okay. I admit that. I did jump out the window, okay, but it has to be A tier.
All right, Stan, it's on you.
Look, I already talked to you about this off camera. I have no opinion on this song because I didn't listen to it. Outside of when I listened to it when the Kendrick part came on, I didn't even
That's
know
my
it was a diss song. I thought it was just a song that she did, one of her usual pop songs. I didn't even know it was a diss song. That hey, I don't have much of an opinion on that. So you go ahead. You and Kirk can talk about it because I don't give a shit about Taylor Swift. I'm tired of Taylor Swift. I don't even know
what?
how this is even constructed as a diss track.
How is it not, bro?
Like, y'all explain to me why she's dissing Katy Perry. Explain to me what
I don't know why.
she's. Well, what I mean is,
Yeah,
how do you construct that as a diss to Katy Perry? Just asking, because again, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I don't listen to her music. I heard Bad Blood, the version with Kendrick Lamar. That's the only version I've ever heard. And I didn't. I never saw it as a diss track to anybody. I just saw it as just a song. Her talking about dudes, because that's what music is about, right? You know, that's all
No,
I saw.
Tan,
So
you gotta
again, I'm
listen
not.
to that, bro.
I'm not up on that. So I need y'all to explain to me why it's a diss track to Katy Perry.
now,
Because
Stan, I
I
think
don't.
that
Because I didn't
you
hear
know,
it.
you're supposed to be, when we do these videos, we prep, and part of the prep is listening to
Right,
the diss tracks, man. So like you
right.
need to listen to the diss track, man. Like
I
I mean,
told
come
well,
on
you
now.
no no no. I told you off air when you sent me this list. I was like, I'm not going to comment on the Taylor Swift shit because that's I don't consider that a diss track. I don't consider it a hip hop diss track. It's a song. Like I said, that's why I'm
Well, it's
asking.
not hip hop.
How is it a diss
It's
track
not
to
hip
the
hop.
Katy Perry?
It's not.
No,
It's
that's it.
not. It's not hip.
How
It's
is it
not
a
hip
diss
hop.
track? All it is just her
Stan,
talking about is having bad blood with people. That could be about anybody.
she's
You know,
talking about having bad blood with
they,
Katy Perry, bro. That's it, you stand. If you
Yeah,
look at the video, I just say this. I just say this. Just look at the video, bro. She has every woman in her age range and her generation, probably except for Beyonce and Solange. She has damn near every woman from Hollywood, from acting. She has them all in the videos except for one person, bro. And this person was her friend at one point in time. Like that alone should let you know who she's going after. Stan, you gotta listen, bro. That's all I can say,
yeah,
bro. Just listen
yeah,
to
bro.
it. Like,
It's without
I've heard the song.
it's a
I'm
diss track.
familiar with the song. I'm familiar with the song, the version with Kendrick Lamar on it. That's the only version that I'm familiar with is the version with Kendrick on it. I like Kendrick's verse, but
that's cruddy. That is so
So
petty. That is so petty,
yeah,
bro. That is so
yeah,
petty,
man.
bro.
It's absolutely
You
a diss
petty for
track.
that.
Like it's definitely it's a diss track for sure. Um,
well, explain it to me. Explain it to me. You go ahead.
well,
Explain it
look,
to me.
I don't think that. See, Kurt went S tier. Like it's not an S tier, and I don't think it's an A tier
No,
either
you
because I
putting
don't
it on
think
the same plane as fucking
no
Takeover and Ether. Come on, bro.
No, 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 it's
I
not. It's
can't,
not.
man.
It's not.
I
It's
can't. I
not. It's
can't do
not.
this, man.
It's not.
Can't
It's
do it.
not. It's not.
Nah.
Hey Stan. Hey Stan. I admitted that I
Mm.
jumped out the window when I said A tier. I admitted that.
all right. So I'm gonna say this right. I can't put it in the like. S tier, and I can't put it in A tier either because like I just don't think I don't think it's like it's not direct enough to me to put it there. Like the first time I heard the track, like I'm with Stan, I didn't even recognize that it was a diss track the first time I heard it. Like I thought it was just having a bad blood with somebody,
I
being in a
didn't either.
relationship, and now we got bad blood. So I never thought of it as a diss track. You know what I'm saying? So it's not direct enough. I think that her diss track on Kanye and Kim Kardashian on that song, "This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things," that one was way more direct. So like that one, I would
Bro, we
put.
gotta cover that too.
Yeah, we can cover that one on another one. That one was way more direct than this one. This one didn't even feel like a diss track the first time I heard it. Now I will say this: the when I first heard the songs, this was on 1989, I think. I was never like the biggest fan of this song. It's funny, like listening back to it now, because again, Kurt, you brought it up. So going back, listening back to it now, it's actually a decent track. I actually like the song. I like the song way more now than I did when I first listened to 1989. Um, but no, it's not an A tier diss track, bro. She's not direct enough. It's a good song. But as a diss track, I would probably put it in this. I'll put it in the C tier because I think she do got some good shots at her. Some good shots at her. The presentation of it with the video and all that, I think was beautiful. It's a big moment. It's very impactful. But I just don't think it's direct enough for me to be putting this in like A and B. I think the impact of it was dope, but it's not direct enough. If she was more direct, like for example, we're about to talk about like Kool Moe Dee and How You Like Me. We're about to talk about that one next. And on that one, like it's not like he's directly saying his name, but it's direct enough that you know I'm coming at you. I don't think Taylor Swift was direct enough to was like I'm coming at you, Katy Perry. This song is at you. I don't think it's direct enough. So I can't put it in A and B tier when it's not fire. It's not in your face
Bro, it can't
disrespect.
go into C though.
It's
It
not.
can't go into C, bro.
How
It
can it
can't be
not?
C. Reg, you just said it had the impact. She covered the
It did.
basics, the video and all of that. I mean, it has to be at least B, yo. It has to be, bro. She literally she covered she covered the criteria just as much. Well, not just as much, but she covered the criteria enough. And then she did have the impact. And then she did take shots at her. And then she did shoot the video for it also. She did, yo, bro, she did a lot more. Now, I get you saying she wasn't direct enough. That is true. But that is how Taylor Swift is. You know how Taylor Swift is, bro. You can't just read the paper with Taylor Swift, yo. You got to read in between the lines in all her music, bro. Like, there are times where she is direct about her feelings, but for the most part, like, her whole career is a message in a glass bottle. You got to be able to get the letter out the glass bottle, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's who she is as an artist for her to not be that direct. You understand? But damn, C is hard, bro. That's hard to see that in C.
But but
That's hard. It's hard.
but like for example, but can you think of like a line on the song though? That's what I'm saying. Like, is there like a line that stands out to you? To me, it's not. Like, it's not really a
No, it's
line that
not.
stands out.
It's not.
That's
It's
what I'm
not. It's
saying.
not
Like,
no
if
direct
you don't
line.
have a line, how can it be an A tier? How?
Okay, it might not. Okay, but you trying to put it in C tier, Reggie?
Yeah,
That's a bit much,
I think it's a
bro.
C tier.
Impact alone, it can't be C tier. Impact alone, bro. The impact
Its
alone
impact as a
would.
song though, not as impact as a diss track. Its impact as a song.
Hey yo, where's Katy
Yeah,
Perry been
I
since that
think
song
both y'all
came out?
niggas is crazy. To be honest with you, that's just
Hey
me. I
yo,
think both y'all
where's Katy
cuckoo
Perry
for
been
sure.
since that song came out, Reggie? Where's Katy Perry been since that song came out? Where
So
is she?
so you think yeah,
Where?
so you think okay, so you think the impact of this song is what stalled her career, is what you're saying.
Yes, hell yeah. When they found out that Taylor wasn't fucking with her, ain't nobody fucking with her. Once Taylor put her thumb down, the world put their thumb down. Fuck are you talking about? Like, bro, that's what I'm saying. If you want to go by just the song as a diss, then maybe we could say C tier. But when you go by the impact of this song and the rest of the criteria covered the video with all the 50 women except for her, when you know that they was just buddy buddy not too long ago, bro. It has to be at least B, bro. And then Katie ain't even Katy Perry no more.
All right. I'm so are you do you think it's an A tier diss track?
No, I'm saying me personally, I will like my bias. The bias side of me says A, but the realistic version, the unbiased side, it can't be C though, bro. So it would have to be at least B. I'm saying B tier,
All
Reg.
right. All right. Stan, are you good with B tier?
He don't
Whatever the
care.
fuck y'all good with. Hey, whatever y'all want to do is what y'all want to do. I put in the C tier because I thought it was a cool song. That's about it. I put in the
Oh,
C
that's
tier because
crazy.
I thought Kendrick's verse was dope.
I mean,
But
look, if we're gonna put it in
I
C,
have
we
no
put it in C. But that's when we're gonna have to come back
I
to
have
we
no
put it in
opinion
C.
on it.
Man.
I have no opinion on it as part of the diss song because I don't
Nah,
believe it's a diss song. I just think it's just a song that she just did.
But it is
But
a diss song though. It is a diss song though.
it is. It is.
It's
I
a
meet
diss
you in
hey,
B
track.
if y'all
tier. I
say,
meet you in B.
That. Thank you. Shout out to all my
I
Swifties.
meet you in I meet you in B.
man.
Yo, she killed Katy Perry's career,
All
bro.
right. All right, guys. I don't know about that, man. I'm at to circle back on that. I don't know about that.
Listen, Reg, listen, you know at the end of it, we're gonna
All
come
right.
back in the honorable
All right.
mentions.
So we're
You
gonna
know
move
what I'm
on to
saying?
all right, we're gonna move on to Kool Moe Dee. How you like me now?
How you
This
like me
was
now?
the first shot. This is the first shot that really sparked off the LL Cool Mo D battle. Um, you know what I really love about this song, man, is that like it's it's such a good song. Like, it's just a fun song. I think they used this song in uh the Michael Jordan, the Bulls documentary. They used this song, and I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
Stan remembers like way back in the day. We used to have this NBA superstars tape where they show like players playing and they show like their highlights and they would have it like the background music to go
Absolutely.
with it. Yeah, and this song was on the Hakeem Olajuwon video. And they play "How You Like Me
Okay.
Now" or not. And of course, back then I didn't know nothing. I was having fun vibing to the song, looking at Hakeem Olajuwon highlights. You know, little did I know Kool Moe Dee was just throwing shots. And yeah, man, this song is dope, man. He just cooks LL. Just I mean, and like God, it's like 5 verses on this song, man. Like, just keep on going.
Four.
The beats
Oh
start
yeah, it is.
playing,
It's
and
four of them. And
I thought it was five. I thought it was 5 verses.
It's like
And like
five.
yeah,
it
and it's
might be.
like the beat start playing, so you say, okay, it's over now. It's over now. Here he come again. I got more for you. I got more. Yeah, he cooked LL on this song, man. I mean, just absolutely fried him. And he this ain't even the worst one. I keep telling people, man, Kumo D body bagged LL in that battle. Body bagged him. This
He
ain't even the
won.
worst. He
He
won
won.
clearly,
He
clearly,
won.
clearly. And like on a different video, we're gonna talk about his other ones where it was worse. This was just he was just setting the scene, man. He was just like, I'm just setting you up for the knockouts coming. I mean, man, he fried LL on that song. He said, I never understood
Cooked
how
him.
one could go to the
Cooked him.
party, watch me, stand around and jock me, become a rapper, then try to rock me, scheming like a demon, you're scheming and dreaming. I'm from the old school. I seen men die for less, but I ain't living that way. I let the mic do the talking and let the music play. Get this guy up out of here, man. Put this song, I'm putting this
Hey,
joint,
yo,
I'm putting it in the B tier, but I'm putting it in the high B tier.
no, yo,
I'm
no,
putting it
right,
in the high.
no, Reg, no, Reg. This is A tier, bro. This is A
You
tier,
think it's
bro.
A?
I'm
Okay, go ahead.
sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
believe it's A tier. Yo, that whole scheme about the waiter, what he said,
Yeah, the play. Oh,
I'm gonna make him leave him a tip and make him pay the bill, and then when he had enough, give him a refill, bro, this is that whole how you scheme that together is what niggas do on stage right now in front of Smack.
yeah.
That whole waiter scheme that he did, like I don't know, it was the last verse. It's a lot of verses on here, but I know it's the last verse, bro. He schemed. He schemed like they schemed today, bro. This is like 1988, 86. Reggie, we walking around our parents' house in Pampers. Stan still got baby teeth in his mouth, and this man is scheming the same way they scheme today, bro. Like it's an 18 to me. Um, like you say, in my opinion, lyrically, I understand LL had the ladies, he had the hood, he had LL had a following behind him, which was well deserved. Don't get it twisted. We're not trying to shit on LL at all. We love LL, okay? But Kool Moe Dee won this shit, bro. And like you said, bro, this might be the softest one. This
Mm-hmm.
might be the softest one out of all of them. It's like four of them, bro. But and then when he said something about how you take my like because this Kumo D had a thing in his raps where as though he would leave the sentence open and still rhyme because he was like, "You tried to
Mm-hmm.
take my
Mm-hmm.
style," and I did it. And then I listened to Jack the Ripper, and LL was doing the same. Bro, listen, bro. Yo, it might be absolute fact. I wasn't there at the time. I can only go by the lyrics and the music, right? LL stole his style, bro. Now, LL made more music for the women, okay? But when you listen to Kool Moe Dee and then listen to Jack the Ripper right after it, bro, it is identical. It's almost identical styles. The voice is different, the cadence is different, the rhymes are different, but the style of rap, you know what I'm saying? Like he beat LL, yo, and he bodied him. So I can't quite put it in S tier, right? But it's definitely A tier. Definitely. And it's not at the bottom of A tier either. It's like you said, Reg, it's the upper echelon of A tier. You know what I'm saying? Like, so shout out to Kool Moe Dee, bro. He really lyrically he won that battle, bro.
Okay. I have it in B tier. You got A. Stan, what you got?
B tier. B tier is fine. It's funny because when I first heard the song years ago on that Superstars tape, it was a shortened version.
It was.
It wasn't even a full version. Then I remember years later I listened to the actual song. I was like, this song is a lot longer than I remember it being. And yeah, he's just going after LL for almost 6, 7 minutes nonstop. Again don't remember the circumstances around it. I think it was basically Kool Moe Dee accused LL still to stop. But I would put it in the B tier. It's
Bro,
definitely one of the harder and is one of the harder diss tracks of that era. You know what I'm saying? And again, LL Cool J is beloved for his battle rapping, and he's one of the more underrated battle rappers of our generation. But yeah, Kumo D got in his ass on this one. Got on his ass, got into his ass, and I'm like,
okay,
wow,
if we gonna put
and
Kumo D in B tier, then we have to put Taylor Swift in C tier, y'all. Because as much as I love Bad Blood, it should not be on the same wavelength as How You Like Me Now, bro.
I don't
So we
consider him the
gonna put,
same wavelength as any of this stuff. So I mean, yeah,
bro, you Ayo
it's
Stan,
not
you sit,
even.
Ayo, when we talk about Taylor Swift, you go sit in the corner and time out, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You in time out when we talk about Taylor Swift, bro. Put that
I ain't
man
got no
in
problem with that.
Taylor.
Got no problem with it. Ain't my cup of tea.
We
You know,
gotta put
y'all,
Bad
yeah.
Blood in C tier, y'all. We got to, bro. Because it can't be on the same level as How You Like Me Now. I really think How You Like Me Now is an A tier track. But if we're gonna put that in B tier, Bad Blood
So,
can't be. It can't be on the same level as that, bro. It can't be on the same wavelength.
so
I'm sorry,
let me
y'all.
ask you
How
this
you
though,
like
like,
me now?
but I just
Go
think
ahead.
that like Kumo D has, I think one of the big reasons why I got this in the B tier is because I know what's to come. I think that might be a big reason why I'm thinking B tier, because man, that one he got at Let's Go. Oh my god, that's when it was over. Like God, he destroyed LL on that song, and because I think that one is better, I think that's why it's hard for me to like put that in the A tier. I don't know. Do I think it's A tier though? It's right there.
It's right there. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I feel like I feel like the reason I'm putting it in A tier, the thing that because this to me it is B tier, but the thing that puts it in A tier is that scheme, bro. Is that way to scheme. That way, the blueprint for what he did as a waiter serving LL Cool J is what we do
Yeah.
today, bro. What we hear today, and this was in the 80s.
You know
That's
what?
why I put it in A tier, bro. That's why,
I'm
like,
with you, Doug. I'm with you.
this is
I'm with
40
you.
years ago. We talking about Reggie.
Yeah,
Damn near
that's
40
true.
years ago. Yeah, that's why I put it in A tier.
That's true.
But I don't think Bad
I'm gonna
Blood
put
should even
yeah.
be mentioned with
I'm
it.
with you. You convinced me,
Like
man.
that's
This is
literally
why
like,
it's good. This is why it's good to deliberate. It's like a jury. You deliberate and whatnot.
yeah,
Now you know what you
yeah.
convinced me, man. I think so. I'm with you. I say A tier. I'm with you.
Now it might not be higher up on the A tier list. Like, okay, if A tier is like,
Right.
let's say A tier is like 85 to 95 on Madden. Let's do some Madden ratings, right? A tier would be from 85 to 95. This would be like an 89. Now he has some joints that might be 94, 95, damn near S tier. You see what I'm saying? But this is like a this is like a lower a lower A, but it deserves to be A.
Yeah. I'm
Bro,
with
this
you,
man
man.
was scheming in the 80s, bro. Like that's impressive, bro.
All right. Let's move on to Jack the Ripper, LL. This was LL's clapback to How You Like Me Now. And I'm gonna start with Stan. Where you got this one at?
uh, that was a tough one. I probably put it in B tier. Although I think LL has better records. This right, I mean, I thought the one against Cannabis is of course the top of the level of what he's done and one of
What?
the best of all time.
What?
So yeah,
Facts.
the you
Facts.
know what I'm saying, like this one was cool and it was straight. And again, he's obviously having to respond to what Kool Moe Dee just did. And like I said, LL is an underrated battle rapper, very underrated. People know him for his joints for the ladies, his stuff like that. But that's great. Yeah, so he's known he's known for his ladies records, but the dude is a nasty battle rapper. And he had to, and again he got punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? And he responded back with some daggers at Kool Moe Dee. I'm like, okay. Again, it's one of the more underrated '80s battles. Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J. It doesn't get talked about enough, but it's one of the more underrated '80s battles. You know, when people talk about that era and battles, and you know, talking about KRS One and his stuff, and of course the NWA and Ice. But it's an underrated battle. Again, recommend people go
Very
look up
underrated.
these songs. Go look up these songs. It's a very underrated battle. But this one I put in the B tier. Probably the same, right below How You Like Me Now. I think that was the winner. If you join them head to head, How You Like Me Now is probably better. But I put it in the B tier.
Man,
Um,
it ain't no probably. How You Like Me Now was clearly better.
yeah, it's
I wouldn't
clearly
say
better.
clearly, but
I
it's
like
better.
Jack the
No, it's
Ripper.
clear. No, Stan, it's
Man,
clearly better.
it's
It's
clearly
clearly
better.
better.
And I do like Jack the Ripper. I think Jack the Ripper is definitely a good track. But it's like it ain't enough. And again, and now context. I'm judging this battle just by the music because obviously I was 2 years old. If I know when this battle happened, if I was even that, like I wasn't there, so I can't judge the impact. I can't judge what was getting played. I can't judge that. Only thing I can judge is the song and the bars. And ain't no way
Right.
that was enough. It wasn't close to enough. Like it's a good track. He got the we say you getting busier. I'm double platinum. I'm watching you get dizzier. Like that was a hard line. And the multiple times he said how you like me now, punk. It was cool, but man, it wasn't enough. Like beyond just
Wasn't enough.
the the disses, he ain't rap better than Kool Moe Dee. He didn't rap better than him on this song. Like it's a good song, but I'm trying to like it wasn't enough. And so for me, when I'm looking at it from that aspect, I'm looking at it like within the confines of the battle. that was the response to this dude frying you for 6 minutes. That like that was it was cool. It's a good track, but it's not. It ain't like that. So for me, I put it in the C tier. I think it's a good track. I do think it's a really good diss track, but it wasn't like that. So I say C tier. Kirk, what you got?
Um, okay. See, like you say, we wasn't there for the impact. We wasn't there. We wasn't like young niggas in the club. We was 2, 3 years old. So all we could go by is the bars and what we know, like what we have, like the legend behind the songs, right? There's a giant legend behind Jack the Ripper. And when I listened to it, like I listened to it on the YouTube and I looked at some of the comments and it was like greatest diss track ever, LL bodied him and all this. And they have to be guys that's like 50, 55, guys that was in high school dancing to LL. See, LL got a lot of love from dudes because they could get close to women when his music was playing also, right? You know what I mean? Like, I think the legend of LL propelled him past Kool Moe Dee the same way it propelled him past Cannabis. You understand? Because I really think lyrically Cannabis beat LL. I really do. Second round KO was crazy. Okay. Um, How You Like Me Now? Clearly a better diss track. Um, Jack the Ripper itself. Let's just talk about the song for a second. Very dope song. LL is a lyricist. But I feel like this song, the same way I feel like you felt about Bad Blood. Like it was a lot of filler in there, bro. It was a lot of filler in it. Kool Moe Dee was just going at his neck. LL was talking about how he rock crowds and shit. Like Kool Moe Dee was talking about how you stole my style, nigga, and then how you a jocking ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, but it's a giant legend behind Jack the Ripper. You understand? And that is not to be slept on. Like the like based off like you say, Reg, we don't know what the impact was. But them old school niggas, they know what the impact was, and it still impacts them the same way Ether still impacts us. You see what I'm saying? And diss tracks like that. So I'm gonna give it a B tier. I'm gonna put it in B. Um, but Jack the Ripper is definitely um regarded from generation above us. It's regarded as a great song, and that right there, or a great diss track, and that right there is enough. Should be enough to like give it the credit for impact. Um, but he lost this battle, bro. We like you say, we could talk about that another time and bring up other songs. But How You Like Me Now versus Jack the Ripper, How You Like Me Now is better.
All right, cool. So we're gonna put it in the B tier. So I think Stan said B tier as well, so we'll put it in B tier.
Yeah,
So
B
now
tier.
we're gonna go to "Dig a Hole" by Jay Z. Um, this was on Kingdom Come. This was a response back to Cameron, who had been dissing him for a while prior to this. I want to go first on this one, man, because I feel passionately about this song, man, because I feel like the the problem that people had with the song was that they felt like he was punching down. Like he was like, "Man, why are you even addressing Cameron?" Which is literally what he says on the song. It's like everybody know you better. You win or lose. So even when you win, ultimately you lose. That's but man, so what? Like these dudes have been dissing Jay Z for the longest time, and Jay Z finally was like, "You know what? I done had enough. I'm about to fry these dudes. And why shouldn't he? Why shouldn't he fry these dudes?" I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I thought this was a good diss record, man. He straight fried them dudes. He didn't actually have to say anybody's name to know, like, yo, you saw Cameron. This was a good diss record, man. He cooked them dudes. What did he say in that second verse? He was like, let's open our Bibles. It's like the disciples dissing Jesus, becoming his rival. Something gave all their life to. You let that man hype you to go against your idol, knowing good and goddamn well this is what I do. If you lost your minds, I keep my enemies close. I give them enough rope to put themselves in the air. I just kick away the chair. Like, get this
Kick
guy
away the
out of here,
chair.
man. Dig a hole is fire. Dig a hole is fire, man. Like maybe it didn't have the impact that people wanted. I don't know because I mean, obviously, it's not like takeover impact. He cooked them dudes, absolutely fried them. I think Digga Hole is A tier. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Y'all might disagree. I say it's A tier. I'm gonna throw it to Kurt. What you got?
Um, I can't say it's A tier. It's a very good. It is a very good diss track. It is an extreme. Yo, he told the niggas dig a hole and go bury yourself. Like, like we could just start there. He told them niggas go dig a hole and bury yourself straight. Like that is so disrespectful. The reason I don't put it in A tier, Jay said some questionable things in the song. Well, not questionable, but he said like what you said about him explaining about him punching down. Why are you going at this dude when you know he better? Like Jay, none of that shit matters. That segment of the song when he was talking about punching down, it kind of like takes the air out of it, right? Because it's like nigga, you Jay-Z, you never went by what niggas say anyway. That's why we loved you. You always did the opposite of what niggas said. Niggas said, don't go corporate. What's the first thing you did? Go corporate. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, see, when I hear takeover, you know what I'm saying? When I hear HOVA, I get my mojo back, baby, OVA. Like, those diss tracks are like, like, damn. But then when I hear Dig a Hole, it's like, I feel like he's doing too much explaining and not enough killing. That's how I feel about it. Like,
No.
cause he talking about the situations that's going on with him, and it's like he's spilling. He it's more like he's spilling tea. He starts spilling tea at some point in time. You understand? Um, I just don't like the fact that I just felt like he was doing some explaining that didn't need to be done. That whole segment of they saying, "Why would you go at him when you're better than him?" And like, bro, we don't need to hear that. Just keep killing him. And when we start talking about it's like when we rate basketball players, when you talk about the elites of the elite, it matters that they don't hit free throws. It matters that they turn the ball over, right? When you talk about the elite of the elite, you got to get real particular. And we're talking about the elite of the elite. And if we're going to put it with elite, we have to be particular. Um, Even with that being said, I don't want to put it in A class, but it's A class, yo. He said some dumb shit that he shouldn't have said, and he did take the air out of the bag a little bit. But it's A class. I kind of don't want to put it in A tier because of the, should I say, mansplaining. I guess that's a new school term. He did some mansplaining in the middle of a diss track, but it's A tier, bro. I'm sorry, bro. It's A tier. It's hard not to put it in A tier. He told them niggas to dig a hole and go bury themselves, and then explain to the world why they should dig a hole and bury themselves. They not fucking with you. You on the level. You kick them underneath for the you you basically, like he said, let them hang themselves and kick the way the chair. You know what I'm saying? So I give it an A class.
All right, Stan.
I mean, it's a high B for me. And
Okay.
you gotta understand. You gotta understand. At that time, Jay was getting shit from a lot of dudes because Jay had just come back. Well, I shouldn't say come back. He never left. The whole retirement thing, he never left. So when he came
He
back with
really did.
Kingdom Come, when he did Kingdom Come, niggas was mad because they was like, yo, we done got rid of this nigga. And we thought we got rid of him. And like Jay was still, even at that point, the biggest rapper in the world. The whole Cameron thing was fucking weird. The Jim Jones thing was weird. All these niggas were not on his level. They just weren't. Again,
Fact.
what makes a great battle rap is between two niggas on the same plane or close to the same plane going at each other. Jay and
Right.
Nas was Superman and Batman going at each other.
Yep.
That's the top of the line stuff. Cameron just wasn't. It's not. Never will be in that category. God bless him. You know,
Had a
dope
dope
rapper,
career too. And he had
had
a
a
dope
great
career.
career. Great rapper, dope career, but he ain't on that plane. There's levels to this shit. And Jim Jones and Cameron were not on that level. But he
Flat
had
out.
to address it. But he had to address it because again, deep down, Jay's from the streets. Jay's a Jay's one of those niggas that gets it. So he had to address the niggas one way or another, and he did. And like you say, the premise of the song is simple. I'm gonna dig a hole, your niggas gonna bury yourselves.
Y'all gonna bury yourself.
You know,
Y'all gonna bury
Again,
yourself.
and Jay has always been the master of subliminals and saying shit and saying slick stuff. And again, everybody knew about the stuff with Cameron and niggas shoot at Cameron and shit. So Jay put the little thing out there, and the nigga throw rock size outside your coop
They can threw the rock
again,
sign up, nigga.
because that's what Cam said. So Jay wasn't exactly saying, man, I wasn't behind it. But again, it was a B plus. But again, it ain't takeover.
Mm-mm,
But he
mm-mm.
had to address he had to address the niggas because again, Jay's a hip hop dude. He's from that school of I'm not gonna let niggas talk about me. Niggas know who Cameron is. Niggas know Jim Jones and all these niggas, and he addressed it in the way that he addressed it. He addressed them in this manner. I'm gonna dig a hole. Y'all gonna bury yourselves because y'all not worth my time. You know, when Jay went up there and said the whole men lie, numbers don't.
Numbers don't.
That's what he's talking about. Talking about them niggas. Y'all niggas talk all this trash, but at the end of the day, numbers don't lie. He's always been ahead. Again, he's on. He has always been at a different level than most. The 97% of these dudes that's rapping today, yesterday, or going forward. And that's what this song was all about. That's what this record was all about. Dig a hole, y'all bury
And bury
yourselves because
yourself.
y'all not on my level. Y'all niggas are not on my level. And he again, I wouldn't say again, Cam. The record that Cam had did before that was what it was. I mean, again, he wasn't the first nigga to talk about Jay wearing open. Again, if you listen to that stuff now, it doesn't age very well. Niggas in their 30s criticizing niggas for dressing like adults and not dressing like children.
Right,
It doesn't age
right,
very well. Like y'all niggas, you see Cam now, nigga always wearing a suit now. So I mean,
right,
again, it is
right.
funny. It was funny then. It was funny, haha. But Jay had to address it, and he did. But I put it in the B tier.
Man, he told
Now,
that dude only time he went plat was when my chain was on your neck. That's a natural fact. Like, get this guy out of here, bro. Like, come on.
like I said, it was just he just tap. He threw some taps and said, "I'm gonna tap these niggas, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. I address it, and I'm done with it. These niggas can make a
Um,
million records after that, and I don't care."
I
Which of
think
course
it's
they
A
did.
tier. I think it's A tier though. I don't want to put it in A tier. Something about the song that makes me not want to put it in A tier, but it is, bro. It's an A class disc, bro.
I wouldn't argue with that, but
All right,
that
we're
just
gonna move
again,
on.
I that's where I put it at.
All right, let's move on to Eminem, the sauce. This was the first response to Benzino. Benzino randomly, just out of the blue, decided he was interested in committing, career suicide, and so he decided to just
Mhm.
randomly diss Eminem for some reason. And Eminem responded back with this one first. We already covered Nail in the Coffin, so this is the other one. And man, I'm gonna go first. This is an S tier diss track. This is
S
S tier.
tier.
Um, I the fact that this dude dropped two S tier diss tracks in one target is just crazy. And he dropped them in very short amount of time. He either dropped these two at the same time or they was like back to back. I don't remember, but man, first of all, like the way he sets the scene, like he's like before I fry you, let me talk about something. Growing up, never mattered what color you was. If you could spit and you could spit, that's it. That's what it was
Yep.
back when motherfuckers was straight backpacking, ciphering. And he goes into this hip hop stuff. You lost, you lost. Shake hands like a man and you swallow it. When the unsigned hype column and the source was like the only source of light. When the mics used to mean something before was like you were the shit. Now it's just the least you get. He goes through that. Like he sets that
And then he
scene.
say
Like, let me
you
make
get
it
four
clear
and a
that
half. What do he say? You get four and a half. You with Nas, J, and Big, or something like that. He said something like that.
Benzino.
When you get four and
yeah,
a
or
half mics,
Benzino.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the way he sets that scene is perfect because he's like, let me explain to you that I'm hip hop. I love and breathe this stuff. I'm not just some white boy talking out of turn. Okay, I know this stuff. So let me set the scene first, and now let me explain to you why your magazine has fallen off. Let me explain to you why your magazine is corrupt, and let me explain why you are trash. The way he sets the scene and demolishes it, man. It's S tier, S tier. When that dude got to that part, yo, when he gets to that part when he say you better off trying to bring RSO back. Look at your track record as how far it goes back. It's extortion, and Ray owns a portion, and half of the staff up there is fresh out of jail from Boston, bullying in Boston, Dave like a slave, and completely brainwashed him and forced him to stay locked in his own office. Like, God, bruh.
That shit
Did Eminem
crazy.
always have that ready? Like, was he always feeling away? Like, was he always feeling away? And then Benzino just gave him an opportunity to just let that thing go? Because the way he crafted that was like, it's like he had this thing sitting for a minute. S tier diss track, bro. It's a absolute
Bro,
demolition. It's in my top
let me tell
10
you,
diss tracks. I actually
let
think
me
this
tell
is
you,
better than Nail in the Coffin, by the way. So S tier for me.
it
I'm
is,
gonna go to Kurt.
it
Good.
is, it is. Hey yo, you know how you know he knew that this shit was overkill. He knew that he had did too much. Let me tell you how I know it. Because when the song comes on, he said, "Let me throw this disclaimer out there that I did not start this." Okay, before y'all start, before y'all start saying I did too much, before y'all start saying I stomped his skull into the ground, and just know I did not start this, but I'm damn sure gonna finish it. And
I will
God
finish
damn,
it.
did he finish it? Because Benzino, see, this the thing. This is why I love this song. Like you say, where the the mood. He set the tempo. Because Benzino was trying to make this shit about race. You understand? And M came right out and said, it never mattered what color you was. It only mattered how nice you was. You know what I'm saying? So for you to try to make this about race and a white boy doing this and a white boy doing that, listen, bro. I'm from the era of where you put your backpack on, you go see this nigga, and you battle this nigga. And if this nigga beat you, bro, all you did was just shake hands and say, bro, you got me, and that was that. And then you went home and got your shit tighter. So don't make this shit about race. Don't make it about me being white. Let's just stick to talent. Now that we're on the subject of talent, let's talk about your magazine. Let's talk about your rap career. Let's talk about all the shit that you're going through. This is murderous music, bro. This, I think, because before it was like, because remember, for a long time in hip hop, they were saying, don't fuck with the white boy. Don't fuck with the white boy. Remember that? Like, leave the white boy alone. This is the song that made everybody say that. This and what he did to Benzino, I can't say just this song in particular because it's a couple songs, but this is the one that like solidified. Leave that white boy alone. Don't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's S tier music, bro. And just to throw this disclaimer out here before y'all listen to it, he did not start this. Before y'all call him a bully and say he picking on, because bro, he stopped this nigga.
I think we lost Kurt. All right, Stan, I go to you.
I mean, it's like it's definitely it's an S tier. It is one of the Eminem goes through a history lesson before he starts with his whole
Action.
record. And when you start talking about the perfect types of, he goes through a history lesson. He goes through why the source mattered. To understand, you have to understand why the source mattered back then. And he goes to and explains why the source mattered back then. And he goes through why it mattered and why they're corrupt and why Benzino is a has been.
Facts.
Again, we talk more about Benzino on his fucking channel than anybody, way more than he should deserve to. Way more than anybody deserves to talk about Benzino. But Benzino started this fight because Benzino needed something for his magazine. So he started this fight with Eminem, who was at the time the biggest rapper in the world, arguably. If you at that time, it was Eminem, Jay Z, Nelly, and 50. Those were the four biggest rappers in the world at that time. So
Okay.
you have to have again. The biggest thing about this record is again you have to have context as to why the source mattered back then, and the source mattered because he was the biggest magazine. As Raekwon once said, it was the Bible of hip hop back then.
It was. It was.
And mics mattered. Back when mics mattered, the mics mattered. When you go open up this magazine, you see a mic rating, it mattered. Everybody didn't get 5 mics. Everybody didn't get, but as the mics started getting bought off, and then you see once made men got 4.5 mics in the source, it was over. It was obvious what it was. And
Facts.
Eminem exposed all that shit. He exposed all that shit. In just 2 records, he ended the source. He ended the source in 2 records. It was over. It was never the same after that. And he ended it in 2 songs. And I would say the nail in the coffin and the sauce. I can't. The nail in the coffin is probably the one that's better.
I
It's
don't
better one.
know.
He just. Again, it's a toss up. But this one, he just basically just goes to a history lesson and then tells you this is why the source mattered. This is why it don't matter now. Fuck
Yep.
Benzino. Fuck the source. And he ended the magazine in 2 songs. It's one of the best. So you put it in the S tier. I would put anything higher. I could put it whatever. It's one of the 10 best records ever in terms of disc records. It's probably the 10 one of the 10 best ever.
Facts. But when we gotta put these joints in order, it's
All
gonna be
right, I'm
hard.
go ahead.
S tier, that S tier, that it's gonna be hard, bro, to put them joints in order once we get there, bro. It is going to be hard.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I
So we
can't
got
wait to
this
do
in the
that, but
S tier.
it's gonna be challenging.
Reg, I want to hear what you got to
All
say
right,
about
so
this
now we
song.
got the last one here. We got calling the bitch in you. Show me to go first on this one.
Yeah, go first, Reg. I want to hear what you got to say about this, bro.
All right. So first, let me make sure go through the song. So the bitch in you was a response to Ice Cube. Ice Cube took offense to the what's the common song? I used to love her. He took offense to it. He felt
We
like it was
can
dissing
talk
the
about
West Coast. Yeah, and honestly, if I'm being real with you, like, yeah, like I understand why Ice Cube took offense to it because when you listen to "I Used to Love It," it does kind of sound like he's saying, like, yeah, dude, this woman of hip hop was great before she went to the West Coast, and since she went to the West Coast, now she didn't change and whatnot. So it does. I do understand why Ice Cube took offense to it. I get it. I do understand. Um, at the same time, though, Ice Cube made a mistake, man, because I think that Ice Cube thought shit was sweet. I think he thought this little backpack guy, he ain't gonna do nothing, but he did something. Man,
major.
absolute demolition. Um, I'm I say that this song is S tier. It's an S tier diss track because not just how great it was lyrically, because of the impact of it. It was a hugely impactful song just because it showcased. Y'all think these backpack guys are just rappers? These backpack guys from the streets. So this thing actually got a little serious, and Louis Farrakhan had to step in to calm things down. It's an S tier diss track. I'll get to some of my favorite bars in a second, man, but it's an S tier diss track. I want to hear what y'all got to say. So to me, S tier. I'm gonna go to Kurt. What you got?
Um, I'm gonna put. I'm gonna. It definitely has to be S tier, right? Anytime Louis Farrakhan got to step in the middle of a battle, bro, it has to be S tier, right? Like you said, Common was a classic hip hop rapper. Okay, NWA, they were gangsters. They were gangster rappers. They brought the gangster culture. A lot of the gangster culture that is in hip hop today started with NWA. Okay, um, in the West Coast, and it's like Common was that quiet guy in school. Nobody talks to him. Nobody messes with him. He's very intelligent, but you don't think he can fight, right? But then you see that nerdy nigga can fight. He get in a fight with one of the bullies. That's basically what happened. A nerdy nigga that can fight got into a fight with a bully. Yeah, and Ice Cube did not know that this guy. It's like Ether. Like you know how I felt about Ether, right? Like Nas dumbass ain't about to kill Jay-Z. Is you stupid? Nas ain't even that type of record. Like even that type of rapper. Like Nas ain't making no diss tracks. Nas. And then you hear Ether, it's like, holy shit, right? That's what this literally was. Common is that Nas type rapper, that self-conscious type rapper, that black is beautiful type rapper, that he they make you think and look at your surroundings. So you don't think that guy can get dirty. But then you gotta understand, like, he's from Chi-Town. A lot of that gangsta that y'all do in Cali, you know where it started? Chi-Town. And it could have got. I really do think if Louis Farrakhan didn't step in the way, it would have got really messy, really fast. You understand? Because them Chi-Town niggas love Common. You understand? Like, so I'm gonna put it in S tier. I mean, like you say, the bars. I mean, bro, this is as respectful. This is like he kind of did it like in a respectful, like classy way though. He didn't just straight like make it bloody. You understand? Like it got nasty and it got dirty in some cases, but for the most part, he was just letting you know, like, bro, I know who you really are. You can hide for all these cameras, but bro, I know who you really are. I see the bitch in you, bro. Like, don't worry about it. You can fool these niggas, but you can't fool me. I'm from the streets, bro. Even though I might be a nigga that wear Kango hats and bow ties, like, bro, I can pull this dress shirt back, bro, and throw some hands with your ass, man. And he killed Ice Cube, bro. He murdered. Actually, he murdered Ice Cube. He murdered that whole culture, that whole West Coast culture. It wasn't just Ice Cube. He killed that whole culture of niggas that really wasn't about it, that was claiming it because of where they were from. So, bottom line, S tier. We got bro. That's definitely a S tier dish. Shout out to Carmen.
He told that man, your lease is up, crib, house niggas get evicted. And videos with them white boys talking about you get wicked. You know, because Ice Cube had the video with the Red Hot Chili Peppers in the video. He told when he told that man, I violate you, a Muslim drinking brew. Your homie ain't no Mac 10. He a 22. This guy, come on, man. Go ahead, Stan. It's on you.
Yo, son, he did throw some nasty balls out there though. He did.
It's an S tier, man, and it's like funny because Common wasn't known for that. He was the backpack rapper and the nigga. I mean, but again, he was from the streets. Everybody comes up from that era, came up from the streets, and when you come up from the streets, you battle. Nobody
Yep.
saw that from Common. It wasn't like people were. I mean, I know there was shock about it. And again, another one of those underrated '90s battles is the Ice Cube and Common thing. Because again, when everyone talks about the West Coast and East Coast and Biggie and Tupac and Snoop Dogg and all those niggas, they don't talk about the Ice Cube Common thing because it was just underrated and nobody, because again, Common was not mainstream at that time. Common was the backpack nigga with the same grouping with the Roots and all these, and but he was. nasty in terms of battling. And he actually, again, Ice Cube is one of my favorite rappers one of my favorite rappers of all time. And I wouldn't rank. I'm not going to rank him. That's for another show. But Ice Cube and Common are in my top 10. Cube is one of my favorite rappers of all time. Again, if you don't know, do your research.
Do your
If you think
research on Cube.
if you just think Cube is the nigga that do family movies and does the big three, this nigga is one of the best rappers of all time of his era.
Facts.
He's one of the best of his era. And Common absolutely ripped his asshole open. And like I said, it was getting personal. And I remember that Mac 10 and them niggas was ready to go do something. Cause again, these niggas ain't from that. These niggas are from the streets, man. They don't know how they
Mhm.
know how to handle it. They know how to handle getting their ass whipped on wax like that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it got squashed and the minister the honorable Louis Farrakhan had to get involved and it was borderline getting out of control because again the Chicago niggas love Common.
Yeah.
The niggas would have done anything for Common. So it would
And
have
them
made it hard for
California
Q.
niggas loved Ice Cube.
Yeah, it would but it was the Bitch in You was like I said, it was surprising if you didn't know Common like that. If you just listen to I Used to Love Her and some of his other records and the nigga wearing khaki pants and purple pants and all that bullshit and sweater vests, you didn't see that. I was like, yo, Common can get down on niggas as good as any nigga in the business. He can get down on that level with any nigga in the rap game. Even to this day, he can still do that. He can still get down as dirty as any nigga in the rap game. It's one of those all timers, man. Again, when we actually have to rank these records, it's gonna be very difficult. I'm gonna have to definitely put my do my research. This is an S tier for me. Common's one of the greatest rappers of all time, man. And I love Ice Cube, but he kicked Ice Cube's ass on this record.
You
Kicked
say
his
you got
ass.
Common in you say you got Common in your top 10?
Yes, I have Cube in my
That's what's
top 10
up.
as well.
That's what's up.
Cube's in my top 10 as
Common
well.
is in my top six. He either 5 or 6 on my list.
No,
We're not.
That's how I got it.
y'all want my top five right now? Y'all want my top five right now?
Save that, man.
Let me
Save it.
stop. We gonna be here
Save
for a
that.
whole nother hour.
Save that.
Common
Yeah,
is
let's
in
say
my
that.
top 10. He's not in my top 10, though. He's not.
Man, that dude say hypocrite. I'm filling out your death certificate, slinging big pies and saying these in the same sentence. Should have repented 16th of October and get some beats besides George Clinton to rhyme over.
Sheesh.
Demolish him, man.
Sheesh.
So yeah.
That's an ass kicking, man. That was a verbal ass kicking.
Yo, what did Ice Cube say to him, though, in response?
So yeah. So we got it, man. Yeah, for sure.
Did Ice Cube ever respond to that?
Ice Cube didn't respond to this one. He didn't. Ice Cube didn't respond to this. It got squashed soon after that. He initiated it with the song "The Slaughterhouse." I can't remember like his specific bars on there, but he was clearly dissing them. There wasn't no doubt about it. It was direct. It wasn't no misunderstanding. He was clearly dissing them. But I can't remember the bars he said exactly. And they squashed. I saw an interview with Ice Cube. He was actually talking about it. He actually said he had a diss track he was working on prior to them squashing it. So Ice Cube had something coming back, but we'll never know, honestly. But I don't know if it would have been able to deal with that. To deal with Bitch In You. Bitch In
Yo,
You was too
I
much.
see the bitch in you. That's a hard one to swallow, bro. I'm sorry. Pause. Hey, you look back 30 years.
Uh,
You look back 30 years, yo. I might have to catch you at the Grammys, yo. Fuck that, yo.
All right, man. So that's the last one, man. So yeah, that's how we got it. You can see our tears here. And yeah, man, this was a good one. This was a good one.
Hey, yo, listen. Do me a favor, though, Stan. Yo, listen to Bad Blood, bro. That's a legit diss
yeah,
track. It's a legit diss track, bro. It's a legit diss track, bro.
yeah. It's just a
That's
song,
all.
man. It's just talking about having bad blood. It's probably some boys you're talking about. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be about Travis Kelsey at some point. I don't know.
Yo, son,
I just
yo,
I don't know. Just I can't get with the Swift shit, man. I just can't. The Swift that's that stuff. That's some pop shit, man. I ain't no pop nigga. I can't do it. You know what I mean? I just it's not me. You know, but I got nothing against Taylor Swift. God bless her, make her money. You know, hope her and Travis have a happy life together. But I just, I
All
just
right.
can't. I'm not putting her in the same level as Jay Z and Nas. I'm just not doing it, man.
bro,
Out of your
but she
damn
made a
minds.
diss track. But she legitly made a diss track though, Stan. We're
Okay,
covering
that's
diss
that.
track.
Okay, that's fine. But y'all niggas putting in the same grouping as some shit from Jada Kiss and shit from. No, man, I'm not doing that, man. No, I'm not doing that. I told Reggie that shit before we even started doing this. I told him before we got on the air, I'm not doing it. I'm
Yo,
not
said how you gonna
putting
put
it
Taylor
together.
Swift on the same wavelength as Nas and Jadakiss, nigga? Shut up.
I'm not doing that, man. I told this nigga before we started getting on. I told him that I'm not doing that. If y'all want to
Yo,
talk about that, that's cool. But I'm not putting this in the same. I'm not putting this in the same class as something that Jay Z did. I'm not doing it.
ah,
I'm not putting it in the same league as Jay Z, Ice Cube, or Nas. I'm not doing it. No, it's not that.
but I'm
It's
saying,
no,
though,
not doing it.
it might not be as hard. It might not be as raw and rugged
It's
as
a
a Jada
pop
Kiss,
song, man.
but it's a diss track. Though.
It's
It's a
a
legit.
pop song.
I'm
It's a
saying
pop song.
I'm not saying it's not a pop song. I'm not calling it
It's a pop
gangster
song.
rap, but it's a legit diss song. That's all I'm saying. It's a legit diss.
The only thing that makes it anything like that is because Kendrick Lamar's on it.
Oh my
No, it's
goodness.
not,
Come
dude.
on,
It's not.
man.
Actually, that's not true. Like if you listen to the version without Kendrick Lamar, that's when a lot of the shots are really taken. Like the version with Kendrick Lamar is kind of shortened because Kendrick
Right.
has two verses on there, so it's kind of shortened. If you listen to the version without Kendrick Lamar and like listen to her, she's dissing. It's definitely a diss song, Stan. Do you know that like diss songs did exist before hip hop? Like diss songs have actually existed longer than you think. Like I think the first diss track, I did some research on this, and the first diss track I think was released in like 1931. So like diss tracks have existed for a very
Yo,
long time.
Let's cover that. That first diss track, yo.
I
Let's
don't think
cover that
Yeah,
on the
let's
next.
cover
I don't
this.
think we
We're
can
talking about
because
some niggas on
well,
banjos and
we,
niggas playing
and
banjos
no,
and
and we can't because the song's not in English. It didn't take place. It wasn't an English song, so I don't think we can.
Oh, okay,
But
okay,
yeah,
okay.
but yeah, diss tracks have existed a long time. So I mean, when you think about what's the criteria of a diss track, it's I'm on a song and I'm talking about somebody, and that's exactly what happened here. It's absolutely a diss song, and it's a diss song, Stan. Like you got to listen to it, bro. Like it's definitely a diss track.
I get you saying that I don't want to categorize her with Nas and Jay Z and Ice Cube. I get that. I get that. Because she doesn't.
but that's what y'all doing by putting this fucking
But
record
it's a
in this
diss track.
grouping.
But we're
Look, it's
covering
sitting.
this track,
He got it
bro.
up there. He got it up there in a tier. If you go up a few tiers, you see fucking Meek Mill and LL Cool J. I'm not putting that in the same category, man. No,
Bro,
I'm not doing it.
but listen,
No.
this all I'm saying, Sam. This all I'm saying.
Hmm.
It's a diss track, bro. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying, bro. It's a diss.
Does she say the
We covering
words
this.
Katy Perry on the
This
record?
category is called diss tracks,
If
right?
she don't say anything about Katy Perry, then she could be talking about some boy she dated in eighth grade. I don't know who she's talking about.
Oh my
Again,
God,
come on
Sam.
now.
But
Again, I don't. Again, I
I
don't.
agree. See, I agree with you there. That's why I agree with you. Like, I don't think the song is direct enough. Like when we cover the one when she was going at Kanye and uh Kim
Kim.
Kardashian, like that one, yeah, that one she's clearly talking about them. Even on that song, she don't necessarily say their name, but it's clear who she's talking about on the song. So like that was a little bit more direct. So I do feel you on that. I don't think this one is as direct, but it's a diss song, Stan. It's definitely a diss
Yo,
track.
this is
It
definitely
definitely
a
is.
diss song, bro. And we know who she was talking to, bro.
Who's she talking to, man? Because you get, I don't know. And
Oh,
again, what's her problem with Katy Perry? What did Katy Perry do? Did she not,
I don't know what Katy
collaborate with
Perry
her?
did, but I wish Katy Perry didn't do that because I kind of liked Katy Perry before the song came out.
Hey man, look, I take that word for it, man.
Once
I
you diss
can't.
Taylor Swift, once Taylor Swift diss you,
All right.
then it ain't no coming back, bro.
I take your word for it, man.
All right,
I take your word for
we
it.
gonna leave, we gonna we gonna leave it there, fellas, man. We gonna leave
All
it
right,
there. I
fella.
appreciate y'all for coming through. And to the next one, man. Appreciate y'all.